Here for a while, so you've kind of seen the process with different coaches. How does this fall camp compare to maybe some previous, and is there a different feeling or a vibe in the building?
From previous fall camps, I believe that this fall camp has a lot more ingenuity and a lot of closeness with the players. Coach Kelly provides us with a lot of opportunities to get outside the facility, go to different places together as a team. So I think the bonding and is very strong with the team. We also have a very strong leadership council on the team. We meet, we coordinate things with Coach Kelly and Coach Flint, and I think that's been a really huge factor going into the summer and to the fall camp.
How would you describe this team so far, and what do you like about what you're seeing?
This team is very gritty, very hardworking, and we have a really strong mentality. We know that we had 10 wins last season, and we know that our goal is the national championship, but we're just taking it one day at a time, and we're going to be our best each day. So I think we have a really good energy going around the facility and a lot of good things going.
Does year 6 feel different in any way? Like, okay, this is finally it for sure, right?
Yeah, this is definitely finally it, but I mean, I'm just taking it day by day. I have a different role on the team. I'm more of a leader. Guys look at me to hold the standard upheld, so I try to do things the right way, above and beyond. So I would say that's a little bit different from years in the past, but I'm just stepping into my role and just taking it day by day.
What's it like to have John Emery back with you? Because maybe, I don't know, 6 months ago, that didn't look like it'd be something that would happen. So now he's back, and you two guys are the 2 6-year guys, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's great to have John back. Both came in 2019, so me and John have a really close bond. In the running back room, we're both pretty much the leaders of the room, and Coach Frank really relies on us a lot to make sure everybody's in order and in the right place at the right time. So it's really great having them in the room.
Yeah, same thing. You talked about your role being a little different. How have you kind of put your arm around Caden or
Caleb,
thank you. 28. How have you kind of make sure to help them grow?
It started in the spring with Caleb, of course, but when first day Caden got on campus, me and him kind of connected, and every day since that, football school and OTAs and stuff like that, we've just been together all the time. I'm just giving him tips and tricks that I've learned over the years. I watched his reps. He's watched my reps. So it's almost like a big brother, little brother thing. He's not from Texas, but he went to high school in Texas, so we can kind of relate to that. So it's a pretty close relationship that we have, and I just want to see nothing but good for him. He's a good kid, and he's really funny, has a really good personality, so it's fun to be around him, and I think the running back room is in a good place right now.
Yeah. As a room, how excited are you guys that this offense is kind of gravitating toward runs, more outside runs, more game stuff to be involved in?
It's amazing. We're really getting more versatile out the backfield. Coach Sloan has been doing a great job with that. We're just feeding into the energy that he's giving us, and we're doing everything to the best of our ability. So it's exciting.
I know you guys don't want to talk about scheme, but to have an offensive line like that and to be able to know that it's going to be utilized, does it reinvigorate you, on these hot days, knowing that you're going to get more touches? And the ball's really going to get shared a lot more.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, it's nothing but positive. I don't see anything negative about that. Our O-line is more of a veteran O-line. Will, Emery, Deli, Miles, and DJ right now. So everything's looking great. We're really close with the O-line. We talk a lot more than years in the past. So I feel like we have a really good mindset going into this week 1.
Josh, you mentioned year 6 earlier. What was kind of the biggest factor for you to be like, hey, I want to run this back one more time?
I know that I haven't had the most opportunities to really play the full season or get the most reps that I could possibly get. I felt like it was a good idea for me to come back and just have one more big bang as a leader on the team and really try to give back to the younger guys after I get out of here. I think we have a chance to go far this year, and the leadership, the coaching staff, everything's kind of wrapping itself around, and it's a really good energy right now. So I just feel like it was a good idea to come back and finish strong.
What would you describe Caleb Jackson as a running back? How would you describe what you've seen from him so far?
Caleb is a hard worker. Me and him was paired up this whole summer. We're both going back and forth, competing every day, getting each other bigger, faster, and stronger. Put on a lot of muscle this off season. He's a very, very talented runner, fast, strong. He can do it all. We're just taking it day by day. Me and him are going back and forth, always in communication, always trying to make sure that we do this, do that, and trying to make it to the best of our ability. We're going to have a long season, so we know that everybody's going to get some touches, so we feel like we're in a really good position with both of us.
Seeing John on that first day and seeing how quick he was really kind of surprised me, especially coming off an injury, also being much mileage he's got on him. Like, what do you see in him this season as far as kind of, refocused and ready?
I see a lot of resilience. I know he had a late season injury last year with the ACL, like you said, but I mean, as soon as he got the surgery, he was in the training room working out. John has a very, very talented skill set, very elusive, very shifty, and after coming back and just seeing him play, I mean, he didn't even look like he lost a step. I mean, I attest that to his work ethic and the way that he trains in the off season. So he's, like you said, he's more of a veteran player, so he knows what it takes to get there. We both were on a natty team, so we've seen guys go down and come back. So I feel like that helped him come back a little bit faster.
You guys kind of similar in that you feel like you got something to prove?
Yes, sir, definitely. Being in college for 6 years isn't everybody's dream, of course, but you just roll the dice and play the hand that you have, and I just feel like we're just going to stay positive and be the best that we can.
I feel like you made the most of it. How many degrees you got now?
I have 2 degrees. I have a business marketing degree and an MBA. Right now I'm just taking unmatriculated classes, just staying focused for the season, just for this last semester, but we're all focused in the running back room as far as academics, keeping our grades up, so that's a big thing for us.
Congrats. What's it like with Nuss, right? Obviously with Jade, you knew that you kind of had to be ready for anything. With Nuss, do you feel like we got to do a lot more of the dirty work, digging dudes out, and really staying focused on what our assignments are? Yeah,
of course. Not more so, we got to do more of it, but definitely got to stay focused on our keys and our reads, our pass protection is a big thing going into this season for all the running backs. I love how Nuss has stepped up and became more of a leader, talking a lot more, telling everybody what to do, just stepping into that role. It's very comforting. I can't wait to see what he does this season. He can sling it, man. He's a gunslinger for sure.
As a guy who's been through a lot of camps, is there a point where, I don't want to say it gets easier, but do you get over the hump at some point?
Yes, sir. I'm doing it for so long. I mean, and I've seen people do it for so long. So it's all a mentality, mindset. Some days it's tough, but we also got to understand that we're doing this for a reason. We have an end goal. So whenever you get those negative thoughts, you also got to remember what you're doing this for and what your goal is. So I think that's been more of a mature mindset that I've had, and I'm trying to instill in the rest of the team. So I think it's a good thing.
Just your thoughts on the offense. Some people would say, how could they be just as good, if not better, when you lose a Heisman Trophy winner and 2 first-round draft picks at wide receiver? But it seems to be you guys are confident you're going to score a lot of points and move the football.
Well, last year's team is last year's team. We have a new team this year going into this season. We have a different identity. I feel like that we're finding our identity right now in fall camp, and I feel like we're in stride to make it there. And I'm not trying to compare us to last season at all. We're just trying to be our own team and take it one day at a time.
You were around, you saw Joe Burrow, how he handled himself. Jaden was a little bit different, not as vocal. Is there anything about Garrett to you that has stood out so far?
Yeah, I just feel like Garrett's personality is very, very fun to be around. He makes you want to play for him, if you understand what I'm trying to say. He has a lot of energy, a lot of spirit when he plays, a lot of competitiveness, and it just makes you want to play for him. And I feel like that's a great thing to have at quarterback position and just kind of getting this team where it needs to go.
Thank you.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you.